G'day all, and welcome to another graphics comparison video, this time comparing Metro Exodus with its Enhanced Edition. I'm going to spend a minute explaining what this video is, and then I'll get into the comparisons. The video you're seeing right now is the benchmark run for Metro Exodus Enhanced Edition on extreme settings with DLSS set to quality mode. It's pretty impressive stuff, but wait until you see the two versions side by side. In this comparison video, I'll be showing Metro Exodus versus the Enhanced Edition side by side on mostly ultra settings with ray tracing and DLSS enabled for both. There will be text on screen to show you what's what. Then I'll go into some freeze frame comparisons and give you an idea of just how enhanced this edition of Metro Exodus actually is. Metro Exodus Enhanced Edition has completely ray traced lighting and also makes use of DLSS 2.0. I'll show a comparison later of what difference DLSS 2.0 makes, even on quality mode. Now I'll go through some of the settings I used for this next comparison. All runs were at 1440p with ray tracing and DLSS turned on. On the left is Metro Exodus in both ultra and high settings, and on the right is the Enhanced Edition in both ultra and high settings. DLSS was set to ultra performance mode for the ultra setting, while it was set to quality mode for the high setting, so that you can see how little image loss DLSS causes even on ultra performance mode. Other than differences in lighting, also pay attention to the massive frame rate boost DLSS 2.0 provides, keeping in mind that DLSS 1.0 is enabled for the tests on the left, and that the image quality impact is so low for DLSS 2.0 on the right. Let's get into it, and then we'll do some side-by-side comparisons next. These graphs are generated by the Metro Exodus benchmark tool, so you may have noticed that on the top left the FPS scale only goes to 120 instead of 140. That's just how the benchmark tool spat out the graph, but I thought it would be worth noting. This next comparison is Metro Exodus versus the Enhanced Edition at extreme settings with DLSS on quality mode for the Enhanced Edition. You can see straight away that the lighting is very different. Also note that the shadows are a lot lighter, but now has a slightly more washed out look. Just so you know, it's going to sound like I'm being a little critical over a couple of things coming up, but it's just me pointing out things I'm noticing, that's all. The light sources, such as those candles, seem much brighter in the Enhanced Edition. Some texture detail has been gained, but also some shadow depth has been lost. As we move through this next scene, you can really see how some parts have had their atmosphere changed. Notice the lack of moonlight on the right. You can see how the lack of moonlight affects how the floor and teapot look. Also notice the spiderwebs on the bottom left. Here's another example of a change of atmosphere. So much detail gained, but in my opinion at the expense of atmosphere. Another interesting thing to note, check out the difference in timing between the candlelight disappearing. You may want to watch that again, but anyway, I find little things like that interesting. Outside is where I think the lighting changes do make Metro Exodus significantly better. And just to be clear, I don't think the Enhanced Edition is bad, by no means. I actually think it's an amazing show of what can be done with ray tracing technology, and also how incredible DLSS 2.0 is. And check out that water. Nice. And this is also a great example of where more detail can definitely make a scene look better without having the scene too bright. Now this next scene doesn't contain any story spoilers, but it is the intro out of the game. Most people who saw anything of Metro before its release would have already seen this part anyway. So as you can see, outdoors looks pretty much the same, but indoors looks very different. Now this next test is the same thing again, but comparing DLSS off with DLSS on quality mode. As you can see, frame rate dropped quite early when DLSS is off. However, with it on, there is almost no image quality loss even when zoomed in. One final comparison for this video. Notice the hanging light and how in the Enhanced Edition the globe seems to be missing its brightness. I'd be interested in doing a much longer and in-depth video if anyone is interested. Let me know if you are, and if you have any suggestions or comments regarding this video, let me know. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed and I hope you found it interesting. See you next time.